Hey, everybody.
Oh my gosh, hi.
Oh my gosh, hi. Oh my gosh, hi. Stephanie, how does the sound? You know, this can be closer to us.
But then I wound up looking.
Oh, look at the backwards end. Okay. So hello everyone. This is my sister Hannah. Taught me everything I know. And Hannah, welcome to Quilt Nerd.
Thanks. I feel super nerdy already.
You're a nerd. It's true.
No, totally.
You're not a nerd, as much of a nerd for quilts as I am, but you are definitely a nerd. Stephanie, I'm so sorry. How does the sound? Is it all right? Is it sounding good? Okay, cool. So the day has come. I mean, I asked you to be on the show, and here you are. And I know, you're new at this, but you're going to be great.
I've done a lot of Zooms.
You've done a lot of Zooms. Well,
but I've never...
Haven't we all? But it's true. You've done a lot of Zooms. And so you know about talking into the void.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm looking into the headlights of a truck.
Yeah.
There's a quilt, but there's the truck. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. What people don't see is that these lights, there's a light on either side of the monitor, and there's a monitor, and then there's this computer, and
the room is dark.
And the room is dark.
There y'all are, I assume.
Yeah, yeah. And so we can look down at the chat anytime we want. And so I'm actually going to make the chat bigger. So, I mean, okay, so now we say hi to the people. And the backwards end, by the way, is part of the logo, which is looking really good.
Just like your gang thing.
But, well... Yes, actually, yes. Yes. Sure. But we're gonna look at a quilt tonight that has a backwards end, and I showed you that earlier, and it's like this deep cut nerd thing that like a lot of older quilts, when they had words on them, the end was reversed, and like it's so cool. And so Quilt Nerd.
Oh, so it's more than just that one thing.
Oh yeah, it happens all the time.
Oh well, I look forward to hearing more about it.
And S.J. Pepper, now hit that siren sound. We play that when S.J. Pepper comes around because S.J. Pepper is spicy and she's a troublemaker, but we love her. Okay. But she was like, whenever you spell Quilt Nerd, you should do a backwards N. And I was like, that's got to be the logo.
Of course. I was enjoying, as you were getting ready, I was looking at everybody who was like, checking in, coming into the room and sharing what they were, like their beverage. Oh yeah, okay, so tell me. So now we gotta say hi to everybody. Tell me what we got. Yeah, there's a Gewürztraminer going on. Oh. I think there was a cider perhaps somewhere.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's... Okay, so yeah, Mother Nature is here, and I didn't go all the way up because I love it. Kenny's here. Kenny subscribed at Tier 2. Okay, can you... and the champagne. Yeah, that's fantastic. She's got it all.
Don't give me panel buttons and expect nothing from anything but chaos.
Well, that's what we like. We like it. Kenny, thank you for subscribing at Tier 2. And everybody who subscribed to the show, it's so awesome. I really appreciate you. And hopefully my sister will be her own little pledge drive, because you never know what you're going to get on Quilt Nerd. You might get
You never know.
You just never know.
Lord.
Padma's here, and Word and Bird Nerd is here. The gang is all here. M. Hicks is here. M. Sue John, Stephanie Cake. Of course, would you please hit the champagne for Stephanie? What was that? Okay, great. That's great. Yeah, too. Yvonne is here. Hey, Yvonne. Yvonne sent me honey from her honeybees. And she's going to be on the show someday soon, I hope. Everybody who's like a stan for Quilt Nerd has an open invitation to come on the show. And and so do you. Always.
Yeah. Can we do it remotely?
Yeah.
I could do it from New York.
Oh, yeah. I mean, soon we're going to be able to pipe in Stephanie Cake, who's the new on-air producer for Quilt Nerd. And, I mean, we're looking at her right here. In fact, you know what?
Can we show?
This is the best we can do to get Stephanie on camera right now. But wait, hold on. Yeah. The show, y'all. The show. It's getting better all the time. And Hannah, I do want to say that, I want to say hi to more people because I really appreciate them. Like this, I told you like a bunch of times, this community is amazing. They're amazing. I was like, they're smart. What did I say about them?
You said all the things. You were like, they're smart, they're funny, they're nerdy about quilts in the best possible way.
Yeah.
It's a diverse crowd of folks. It's like, I mean, the way that she described it initially, it just sounded like a really dope cocktail party that you would be delighted to be. Instead of being like, oh God, I gotta go to this thing. It was just like, I get to go to this thing. And here we are at the thing. So I'm here for it.
Yeah. That's us. You got it. Totally. A dope cocktail party. Like, Quilt Nerd.
Yeah.
It's a dope cocktail party. Keep quilts weird. That's our tagline. Keep quilts weird. Because you know, okay.
Without question.
So one of the things we're going to do tonight, everybody, and I want to wish everyone a happy Independence Day. Vote. That's just the most important thing. You know, you got to go out there and vote, and especially now.
I mean, I'm sure he'll try. Anyway.
Oh my God!
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's been quite a week.
Yeah, it has been quite a week. Dee Marie is here. Saucy Stitcher. Susan R. Michael. God bless you.
And I saw whoever mentioned the Dead South.
Right here, Word and Bird Nerd. Thanks for the Dead South recommendation.
That sounds exactly like my sort of jam.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Dead South.
Like glitchy blues, kind of grimy Delta, good stuff.
Yeah. Love it. Robin's Nest is here, and you know what we say. Rebecca's got the other tagline for the show, which is "It's a cracka." So it's cracka. In this economy, that's her other. I don't think I've done that one yet.
Quilt nerds in this economy.
Yeah, exactly. Quilt nerds in this economy. Okay. And Rebecca is here at the island, and she'll be coming back from getting ice cream after a while. So. I'll pull her in here. Stitch and Deb, and I think I said hi to Robin's Nest, and Bridgewater and VA, and Myra, and Quilty Mouse, Jan Make Stuff, Ivy Kadivy, Christine 615. Everybody's here, and you know, if I miss you saying hi right now, don't
Saucy Stitcher. Hi.
Don't fret. Saucy Stitcher.
Saucy Stitcher.
You know, they've got great names. Stevie
Mac.
No,
these are great.
Elle Riggs. Elle Riggs was on the show last week. She did a great job. The last show that we did was the Quilt Nerds on Parade, because 4 times a year they send me pictures of what they're working on, and that's the show.
Oh, okay.
They're amazing. That's the other thing I didn't really go into as much as I could have, which is that these are very, very talented people. Kenny says, Hannah reminds me of the Radiant Annie Lennox, but much younger.
Yeah. You know, thank you.
Hang on.
First of all.
Wait. Yeah.
So I hear that.
Sorry. Oh my God, no. Okay.
First of all, I'm a huge Eurythmics fan for a long time, and Annie Lennox in her solo career. And it's either lately it's either that or the dude who plays the character Tommy from the show Power. And it's kind of, it depends on the demographic and the place I'm at. It's either one or the other, both are delightful. So thank you. It's a high compliment.
That is very good. Now, a couple people had a little bit of a Stephanie's. Hey, Theodor's coming in with the music. That's what she likes to do. Beverly's Butter. Beverly's Butter. It's so good to see you. I'm so happy that you're here. Was there a couple frozen frames? We've got a really good signal tonight, so I'm hoping. Stephanie, are you okay? Is there one or two?
Yes, I think Zoom is going to be fine. I think Twitch is a little feisty, so.
A little feisty today. Okay.
Yeah.
It could be.
If it freezes, refresh.
Okay, if your screen freezes, just refresh. I did a speed test on the internet earlier, and it was really good. So it could just be a little twitchy, a little glitchy. But we're here, and it's good. Just hit the refresh. The internet, man. You know what? It's amazing. You saw me running around.
Listen, I've never seen because during the pandemic, I'm a huge house music fan, and so I was listening to all my favorite DJs who ordinarily would be spinning in real time in clubs and doing stuff, and they all started DJing on Twitch. I've never seen the back end of this. It's like NORAD. It's like, what is even going on right now? It was like the inside of the plane I got off to get here.
It's so complicated. I can't even. But I just want to say that, Hannah, you just made 2 things very cool. A, you were like, DJs that I love stream on Twitch.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And then
so
also,
cool.
You said it's hard. So
I mean,
you're like,
hard.
It's cool and it's hard. Okay.
Yeah.
The other Mary Kate. I love you so much. I'm so glad you're here. Okay. So Stogieware. And yeah, there was a little bit of choppiness. The other Mary Kate says, Hannah, I was scrolling through my Insta the other day. I follow both of you and Annie Lennox and had a moment when I was wondering why Marianne Fons was in a photo with La Lennox.
And you know what? Here's the thing about La Lennox is that, in her I don't want to say twilight years because she's still super vivacious and doing all the things, but her Instagram following is small enough that if you DM her, she'll answer. You can talk to Annie Lennox if you want to. She's just the most wholesome. Her Instagram is the most delightful. Yeah. So if you want to ever holler at La Lennox, she'll probably holler back.
That sounds very good.
It's life and super wholesome. I enjoy her a lot.
Twitch is twitchy, indeed, Padma. Hannah gets Annie Lennox a lot, quite a bit. And My Great Cats asked, what is the crisp flavor for the night? And it is my favorite, salt and vinegar.
Yeah. Delightful.
And we just ate a lot of tacos, so I'm not
I can't. I'm not gonna do it right now. But
I know. I feel it. I feel you. So, Okay, everybody. We are gonna do a great show tonight. I'm really excited about it. And the show tonight is kind of a trip down memory lane. So, Hannah, you grew up, you're 4 years older than me. Well, like 3.5. I mean,
yeah, like 4-ish.
When I was a freshman in high school, Hannah was a senior. So you let me hang out with like the cool kids, And I was like the kid sister, but I was cool.
It was the skater art nerds. I don't know that we would have been like archetypally cool kids, but in hindsight, we were in fact the cool kids.
Extremely. Yeah. Like the foreign exchange students.
Yeah, we were all immediately friends with all the foreign exchange students.
We were like, Daniela from Germany, we want to hang out with you. And Sheila from Belgium.
No, also Germany, but yeah.
Hey, Area Gray, thank you so much for following. I'm so glad that you're here.
Gray.
Oh, this is one of your friends.
Yeah, it's a New Yorker.
That's so great.
Great.
Oh my God, great.
Sweet.
It's so good to see you.
Awesome.
And by the way, everybody who comes to the show regularly, like, I hope you're enjoying yourself already. It's going to be a crack up because it's my sister. It's my older sister. So they were from Germany, but she wasn't, like, Daniela was like red haired.
Oh no, she was of Iranian background, but was from Germany. So like, yeah.
And she was beautiful, and we were like, "Hi, how are you?"
To this day, one of the most gorgeous people I've ever laid eyes on. Which is saying something.
Like, do you want to smoke clove cigarettes and go to a coffee house in Des Moines, sneak out of the house and go? And she was like, "Yes." I was like, "Awesome." Yeah. So anyway, so my sister, but Hannah. So you are older than me, and so I think it was Elle Riggs said the other day to me, Lisa, she was in Chicago, she came on the show and it was super fun, and she was like, yeah, just in passing, she was like, sometimes it's crazy like how many names you just kind of like know the quilt world really well. And I was like,
She's saying like one does or you do?
I do,
Oh, right on, yeah. Okay.
And it's true because I grew up around it, I grew up around it. Oh, by the way, Area Grape, see all those baskets? Yeah. Those are fruit baskets. They're welcome baskets for Area Grape.
Well, thanks, folks. Yes, Gray's a good friend of mine in New York. Friend / also boss / yeah. So yeah, it's the whole thing. So it's incredibly dope that we've got the East Coast represented here tonight.
That's awesome. It's awesome. If you're one of Hannah's friends, you are friends of ours. So you have a lot of friends. I hope a lot of friends come tonight.
Well, but here's the thing: is that I did have some friends say that they couldn't make it because they had previously committed to watching the UFC fights. Which, I mean, okay.
They can watch the replay.
I feel like that's the case. I'm like, it's either between us and Joe Rogan doing color commentary and dudes hitting each other. Like, I mean,
Eat Your Spicy Puppets, by the way, is in the chat. And Bip!
That's a fantastic name.
I know. So anyway, what I was saying is that...
So you know a lot of quilting names.
I know a lot of quilting names. And like, Penny McMorris. Like, oh yeah, sure, I know that name, Penny McMorris, because her name was around. And in fact, I have this sort of as a prop.
Oh, is that the... Oh, okay.
Yes, I mean, like, this book was in our life. Like, I mean, this was just like...
Yeah, the art quilt. That was on every coffee table. Yeah.
Look at this.
These are like visiting with friends. I haven't looked at this book. I haven't looked at this book in 22 years at least.
Okay. Well, see, that's the thing. So I figured if I know quilt people and quilt names, then you know them too. Now, I've spent a lot of time, sort of like absorbing all this stuff and really looking at it and nerding out with these people on it. But I think you will be surprised at how much you know. And so part of the show tonight, I do different segments, And so I found some just cool stuff that I want to show you, just like cool quilts you're going to think they're amazing. And I'm going to show you those. And then I'm also going to show you this Duncan Slade and what's her name? Fons. Her last name is Fons, Faas. I could just keep coming across Duncan Slade and his art partner, Ms. Fons. And I keep wanting to put him on the show. And I was like, oh, I'll put him on with you. So we have like a specific artist to look at. We have some just cool stuff to look at. And there's kind of a trip down memory lane kind of thing. We're just going to look at quilts that I think you probably remember and we'll just like riff on them.
I mean, as long as it's not like a quiz.
No, not at all.
Because it's been quite some while.
Oh, no. You're not going to be put on the spot. It's not like that. It's not like,
you can put me on the spot. It's fine.
Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot. And we're a little bit green because I don't know. I can't figure it out.
I'm green. I'm super green.
You're green. You know what? You are green on the show.
But you know what? You know what I was thinking?
Tell me.
Is that, back in the day, so the last time we did anything like this...
This is so much fun.
It's super fun, but the last thing... So we did, when we were both at the University of Iowa, approximately 12.5 million years ago, we stapled...
There's a drawer here.
So many things. But we were on the University of Iowa radio station. And we did a talk show, a call-in advice show called On the Air, On Your Mind with Kat and Nan.
Oh
Kat
my
and
God.
Nan.
I mean, what are we going to...
We really need it. And we know what we tried to do? Did we get the air horn? I'm looking at the soundboard and I'm like, you know what you really need is like a reggae club hype horn. And we couldn't get one downloaded fast enough, but I really feel like that would add a lot.
But we did find one.
That reggae, wait, reggae, you need it.
Okay, here.
There we go.
This is what Hannah
That's
really
what we
wanted. Here's what we really wanted. Okay, you ready for this?
That's the...
Hang on.
Totally.
We'll get it. We'll get it. And I'll just leave that up.
Freaking flawless. Anyway, so we had this just almost bootleg call-in chat show.
Noodles and pasta. I don't
Oh
need it.
no! Noodles and pasta! Oh, I have no idea. Sorry. Go
Who is
on.
that?
It's a YouTube video.
Anyway, so yeah, we had people would call in for advice. And like we had guests, we had like our friends who did drag, and we had like our roommates because we couldn't pay anybody. So yeah, so we did a call-in talk show.
That's right.
It was super fun, and then somewhere on cassette tapes are those shows.
It's true.
Yeah.
They are there. Who is that? Can you see past the light?
It's our
Who
mom.
would it be?
It's our mom stealing
Come
mom.
here. Just come here. Who could it be? Who might it be?
Oh, I'm sorry, it's Marianne.
It's Marianne.
Excuse me.
Hi. I gotta look. You look right there.
Right there into the
What quilt
truck
is that?
lights.
It's something from. It's something. Here, you sit on my lap, Marianne. Here, come on now. Come on.
I can't sit
Yes,
in
you
your
can.
lap.
Rebecca. Rebecca.
No, it's too many.
Come here.
Come here.
Come here. Rebecca. Seriously, come here. Okay, so now one of there's a couple taglines for the show. There's keep quilts weird, but then there's
Quilt Mafia, because there should be.
well,
It's the first family of quilts.
but then there's it's a crack up, and this person.
What do I look at?
there.
You look.
Camera
That's your
one?
camera.
Truck.
That's your camera, and this is your camera. And Rebecca Fons. Put your head more in so you're not covered by the jet. You are brown as a nut. You are. Now, Rebecca is the source of It's a Crack Up. So,
It's a crack up.
and also,
Who is that?
that's Stephanie. She's the producer.
Oh my God, Stephanie! Hi.
That's nuts.
I saw there's a printout of you, and I was like, that person is like frozen
Someone
in
knows
joy.
where to look.
But you're a real person.
She is. She's the amazing.
Oh, I see myself now.
Yeah.
This is like David Letterman.
But
It's
you
like,
can
what
see yourself
camera?
right here.
Well, I know, but then I'm looking down.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's your camera.
But if I
So-
look over at Stephanie, I can see better.
Right. So here's what I want to ask you, Rebecca. What is it? I mean, what is this that all four of us are on this live stream right now?
What do you? It's a crack up.
Rebecca, it's nuts.
Here's the soundboard. Press that.
Hold on. Wait, I had a goose problem. Can I talk about it?
Oh, I gotta go.
Oh, all right. Come
Hold
back
on.
later.
Since there's a goose button.
Rebecca.
It's
Okay.
too crowded.
So I need to turn off the jazz at least. Listen, I told we said it was going to be a crack up. Well, come on in. Can you
scooch?
come on in? Just come in.
Here.
We Fonzes, we got bony butts.
We are bony.
Oh, here's Lou. It's a real crack up now.
For God's sakes.
So the goose situation, Jack and I have a rooftop in our apartment in Chicago.
Hey, Raffle. Sorry. Go on.
And we went up there one day, and there was a goose up there. And the goose
Canada
was
goose.
none too happy to have us
The
there.
worst kind.
And we had to have a goose. We had a guy named Freddie. And his slogan is, when you ready, call Freddie. And Freddie came. And Freddie was an older gentleman. And he came and he removed the...
Oh my! It was just water.
There's my LaCroix.
Okay.
And he removed the... well, this is dangerous. You got chips and LaCroix and everything. Anyway, he came and removed the... from our roof, and he used an umbrella, and he used all of these. It was
All I
pretty
did was
great.
poke at it. I saw the video.
He poked at it. He poked at the... It's pretty great.
It's real. No, it's really good.
All right.
Now, can you tell a story with another thing? Okay, watch. Here. Do a champagne cork. And so there's
That's not as good.
Okay, fine. How about this?
Hold on.
Okay.
What's
what about
this?
this? It's kind of long.
How is the cork that noise? And then...
Because
Is this
this
interesting for anyone right now?
well,
I don't know.
Okay, we haven't talked about...
To the chat.
Oh, hold on. How about this? Okay, here's something interesting.
Oh, boy.
I have a friend, Camille Lugan, who is French, and I would always say to her, ooh la la. Mm-hmm. She would say, oh, I'm going on a date. And I would say, ooh la la.
Mm-hmm. We don't say that.
And she said, ooh la la does not mean what you think it means.
Oh, my God.
Ooh la la in French is like, whatever. So someone would be like, oh,
Really?
I had to go stand in line. Ooh la la. Like, it's no big deal. Not like ooh la la, like ooh la la. It's not that.
Really?
So I mean, if anyone's French on the Twitch and wants to confirm or deny, but Camille was like, ooh la la is not like...
This word does not mean what you think it means.
Yeah, she was like, it's not... It's more of like, whatever, like, I have to go to the grocery store, ooh la la, like, la-di-da, la-di-da, whatever.
Yeah.
And
the Italians are like, va bene, va bene.
Va bene, va bene. And I said, this is changing my whole understanding of French culture and the French language, at least.
The French language, the French speakers.
So now I sometimes say ooh la la, and then I'm like, that doesn't mean what we think it means.
D. Marie, the answer to your question is no.
What is D. Marie? Has there been even 5 seconds of silence since you arrived on the island?
Not unless everybody's sleeping.
Ask Eric. He's like, I'm tired. I'm going to lie down for a little while.
God help an introvert.
So, okay, don't leave just yet.
Okay,
don't leave just yet. Aren't you hot? I am.
I know, because we were just in outside, and it's quite chilly.
It's okay.
Everyone's on me.
Yeah, you're very hot. Everybody's hot. It's okay. Isn't that a great name? It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Okay, let's take a look at.
Someone said, "Thank you for clarifying." Ooh la la. You're very welcome, D. Marie.
D. Marie. Is this what Christmas is like? Yes. Except everyone's a little like... everyone's
a little...
Very nicely done. You know what? Very nicely done. You can do that. Yeah. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do.
What's this?
Oh, that's like a YouTube thing.
Okay.
No, hold on. It's just like an autoplay. Okay, so here's what we do now. We do this. We are going to look at a quilt. And here, oh my God, this is the best part. Okay, you guys ready?
Yes.
Now we got to get small because we're going to look up at the screen and we got to get small. So this is what we say. We go, help, I'm small. So watch this. Now we go like this. Yeah. Small. So watch this. Watch. Help, I'm small.
So
okay,
big.
and now watch this. So I need to get a pocket. Because now we can go like this.
Thank you. Someone said perfect soundboard usage. I think that was for me. I just want to say
it was.
Because you were on. That was
my great cats. You're welcome.
Yeah, you're all like triplets. We kind of work.
Help, I'm small. Help, I'm small.
Look, help, I'm small. But you got to be like little.
I felt small my whole life.
Look, the cat. When somebody gives a gift subscription, a cat does a sewing machine. You guys Twitch is so much fun. And there's a hype train. People like the show. Okay, so we are going to do this. So, okay, I need to actually run the show. What? Okay, hold on now. What's going on?
The floor.
Well,
I know.
This is just water. And you can bring
There's
me another.
LaCroix on the floor.
You can bring me another one of those.
Okay, well, there's plenty left.
How to do...
It's just fine.
Hold on. How do I do...
I need to cut the Chardonnay.
Okay, so oh God, how do I get, oh, right here.
Are we
right
stuck
here.
small?
No. Yeah, no, we're going to be small. We're going to stay small for a second. Okay. All right, so Rebecca.
I recognize this quilt.
See? I knew it. When something happens, someone's really smart in the chat, or like I was just now, you can play that, but it's too long, so you have to cut it off. It's too long. Okay, so here's the thing. Yvonne Elriggs, I'm really glad everybody's enjoying this. We'll know if there's attrition. Like, if people just start, like
screw this, I can't.
And they won't be like, oh, gotta go do a thing. They'll just be like,
Slowly walk out slowly.
Yeah.
Can you walk out of the Twitch slowly?
Word and Bird Nerd just gifted a tier 1 sub to somebody in the community, and that's when the kitty plays. I wish we could see it a little bit bigger. It's very cute.
Lou, we're so small that Lou doesn't fit anymore, but he's here.
He's here.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so this quilt, what are your impressions of this quilt? Let me zoom in on it so you can really get a good look. Hang on, so just take a look at that.
Golly.
And I will take a look at this. What are your feelings?
I mean, it reminds me of our childhood.
Okay. In a bad way?
No, not in a bad way. I just have seen this. Like, it's deeply rooted in my cerebral cortex.
Mm-hmm.
It's giving me Christmas pageant at the disco.
For sure.
Sort of.
Christmas pageant at the disco?
For sure. There's some sort of There's almost like an 80s Trapper Keeper vibe up top.
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Correct.
80s Trapper Keeper vibe, alarm bells. Somebody's got some blush happening. Maybe that's the Virgin Mary. I don't know. But you know what? I love his smock.
Oh my God, yeah.
Because he has like prancing ponies or prancing deer.
It's deer.
I mean, look,
it's kind of great.
In all seriousness, I mean, are we doing serious critique on this or whatever?
Listen, it's anything goes.
Was this in
this
that
on a
art
poster?
quilt book, or was it on the cover of it?
Oh yeah, no, it wasn't on the cover.
Was it a poster in our home?
Wait a minute. No, it is the cover. Yeah, no, it's the cover.
Oh, okay.
Look, Rebecca.
Oh,
you
wow.
know this.
Trapper
Yeah,
Keeper cover.
Yes,
the art quilt.
So I can tell you something horrible. It's a horrifying thing. I had a dream. I was at Leia Pope's house, one of my best friends, and
True, but yes.
and
great.
I had this is horrible. I had a dream. This face, I believe it's Jesus. I think it's Jesus. I do.
I think it's a saint.
Well, I had a dream that Jesus came to the door of Leia's house, and I was not like contrite enough, and Jesus came in the door, and like I wasn't good enough.
Well, what's fascinating?
It's really a
scary.
terrible
Well,
dream.
because it's a floating Jesus face.
Yes.
What's fascinating is, does that floating Jesus face actually fit somewhere else, or is it
No,
sort
but
of
he's deconstructed. I mean, all of those
Yeah.
triangles are flying apart.
Is someone saying Dorito? Like, is it? These are
deconstructed?
Doritos.
No, deconstructed.
They're Doritos. That's what they're saying, right,
yes,
Stephanie?
it
They're
looks
like,
like
those are
Doritos.
Doritos.
Jesus on a Dorito. Someone said. Stephanie cake. Stephanie cake.
Jesus on a Dorito.
That's correct,
Well
Stephanie.
played.
Yeah, that's very good.
That's accurate.
So this quilt is by a person, Terry Mangett. Oh God, is that right? Sorry, let me just.
It's a beautiful quilt. I mean, it's actually really beautiful
like
because
it.
you have this negative space, this
Oh,
intentional
look at
negative
that.
space.
We got a close up. You know what a close up is?
It's a crack up. It almost looks like Jesus has been literally cracked up.
Well, here's the thing.
And then you got snakes, you got serpents.
Right.
Hello.
Yeah.
You've got like a gentleman doing like he's got. Do you see this guy in the corner in the lower left? He has speared the head
No,
of
the lower left. Oh yeah.
He has
No,
speared
it's
the
not.
head of
Sure it is. These are all
someone.
saints. This is all referencing
Saint
Catholic
Christ-
iconography.
I mean, but look, low. He has
Yes.
low.
Low.
He has low.
He smote.
He has smote the man, and he's in a pit of snakes.
So here's the name of this quilt. It's Saint Christopher who lost his magnetism or something. Wait a minute.
Saint Christopher is the
right.
is
I
the
mean, now I
saint of
remember the
travel.
Possible. You know what? I don't know that, but
Saint Christopher is the saint of travel.
You're
I
right.
mean, correct me if I'm wrong, listeners.
So,
Yeah,
actually,
tops
look
by
at the
Yvonne
you.
said that'd be Jesus.
Stephanie Cakes. Stephanie Cakes. Yes, these are totally figures from various
yes.
religious iconographies.
Yeah,
100%.
exactly. But
The grayed out guy is Saint Christopher,
plate
maybe.
Who lost his magnetism? Hence
yes,
the gray.
yes, exactly. See plate 6.
Astute point. Yeah.
See plate 6. Where's plate 6? Hold on.
Mary in the dream where you smote.
I was smoked.
He's smearing the devil.
And by the way, he was a cardboard cutout. It was like Jesus was a cardboard
Teresa
cutout.
has the cross. Whoa.
Oh, great.
We're not even talking about the ladies yet. Someone
Where
brought up the
are
ladies. Teresa has the
plates?
cross.
Where are the plates? Why can I not find the plates? So just keep it going. Keep it going.
If this was my Twitch stream, I would have had a dossier of facts and
Oh
notes prepared.
my God. I mean, you don't even understand.
No saints, snakes.
When I did my TED
all
Talk-
saints, all snakes.
I had
just
copious notes.
I'm just dead.
It's a great thing, and you know what? It's also
here.
Can I pull something from the deep recesses of my brain?
Please.
Why not?
Do you remember the shoes? I think they were called Kappas, and they were the shoes that
Yes.
cheerleaders would wear,
Yeah.
and you put those little triangles in them.
Yeah,
That would
you
be
snapped them in.
and they would be the color of
Yes.
the team.
Yes.
Look, it's a whole game
Kappa.
now.
Were they Kappas?
Kappas.
Kappas?
The cheerleaders had to
It
have
was
them.
Kappas. Kappas
Kappas.
sounds better.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Moth Maddie says yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Susan Armichael. Oh, Susan Armichael. We did Hype Train again. It's so much fun.
Hype it. But am I right? Kappas, and
Yeah.
they were the sort of the like Capizio, Z
Get out of my
They were
way.
the Z
Get out of my
Cavaricis of shoes.
You know what?
Shoes.
And we couldn't. And Mom was like, "I can't get those for you." And I was like, "But I have to have Kappas because we were the Huskies. and it was black and gold.
Were y'all both cheerleaders or just you?
I was a cheerleader for about
5
15
minutes. Me too. JV, I sucked. I was so bad at it. Kappa.
Yeah.
Oh man.
No, it's
Yeah,
Kappa. Kaepa. So my
K-A-E?
point is Kaepa. My point is in this quilt there are these like floating
Kappa triangles.
Oh
my God, you're right.
So it's giving
here it
it's
is.
giving me junior high. It's giving me 6th grade. It's giving me anxiety. It's giving me puberty. It's giving me braces. It's giving me.
It's giving me acne.
It's giving me. It's literally giving me acne.
I'm super breaking out. It's true. Okay, here they are. This is a
Kappas.
terrible photograph.
But it was really cool
Hang on.
because it's actually great. It's a white shoe.
It's pretty brilliant.
And then you get all these little triangles, and then if you didn't have all the colors you needed, you had to order more. So it was a brilliant business
here we
scheme
go.
as
Here we go.
well.
I'm pulling this one in. Hold on.
So the Kappas.
I'm sure that people are just like, what?
No, I bet anybody who was in the late 80s, not through late 90s, is like sure Kappas.
Yeah.
Kaepa shoe.
Here we go. I am doing this, and then I'm fine. Everything's fine. You know what? If this was every show, well, people would watch.
That's a
but
Kappa.
hang on,
I
let
had
me get
those.
down here. You guys don't even. You're like, I would have had notes. You don't even understand my
I
life.
feel like honestly, like if Nike or Adidas or somebody wanted, like the one, and I'm not a sneakerhead by any means, but I feel like more modular snap-in, because Crocs have dominated the whole thing with their stupid little dongles or whatever it is you can put in the holes of your Crocs.
Is that? Oh, you can put like little.
Like what if you could switch out your
little
swoosh?
charms.
What if you could switch out the color of your swoosh,
Swish
on
your
your
swoosh.
on your like your Jordans?
it
or
would
your
be
Air Force?
very cool. By the way,
Get on that.
Swish your swoosh.
swoosh.
Look at that! Look how fascinating that little. You get that little little sleeve of your
snap it.
Don't mix them up with your chiclets. They look like chiclets. Stephanie
break a
Cake
tooth.
says this quilt represents the angst and ennui of the Fons youth. I think it does
so.
because those are.
Well, we don't even know what's
So-
coming
and
up
many
next.
people-
I mean,
I know,
this
you
is
know
a good-
what-
This is a fine introduction.
the first
and
quilt? Did I come in
opening
as the
salvo
first quilt?
into our youth? But
You did. You came in on the first quilt.
A lot of people are saying they never heard of these sneakers. Better for you. It was terrible. It was an issue of privilege and class and popularity in Winterset, Iowa.
It's true. It's really true.
Better not to.
Okay, here is a quilt that is very famous, and it's very famous, and it's very important because of the
All the different styles.
Well, there's a lot of things going on here. It was in the Fabric of a Nation exhibit recently in Boston, which Mom and I were going to go to, but then COVID. So it's in
I
this.
feel my leg. By the way.
Okay. Well,
No, you're
that
fine.
might be
I'm
my
just-
cue.
I mean,
That might
no,
be
it's
my
just-
cue.
It's just an observation.
Well, will you come back right away?
No, we like having you here. I'm just saying.
No, you should do this one. Do this. Well, that was really good, but like, Rebecca has to leave. You have to come back.
I'm just a featured player.
Okay.
But you can be
dip
featured
back
again.
in.
We will never get through anything if the three of us are here, but I want you to stay.
I know you got to get through stuff.
No, I don't. I mean,
And people are like,
What's
this is our Saturday night.
this is.
I gotta go, Papa.
Okay.
That's bad. And then that's my
You're
cue.
very
out.
good. But
I'll
come
be
back,
here
okay?
later. We'll be
Okay.
here for a while.
This has
come
been a
back.
pleasure.
You did a great job.
Don't judge yourself by the sneakers you have or do not have.
This is very good. Okay. Can I just buy the color things? Susan or Michael? Okay, things are gonna lower to a dull roar at this point. And did you just fall down the stairs?
Just fine.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. Anyway,
All right. So,
so
serious quilt critique. Base.
serious quilt critique. We do need to.
Yeah.
You know, of course, this has never happened
would like
before, and it
another
won't happen for probably a very long time. So it's the way it is. Okay, so this quilt is very interesting because there's just a lot going on. So Crazy City, I put this on the show, Hannah, because you live in New York City. I'm going to turn it around here.
Crazy City,
So
if
look
ever
at
there was
that,
one,
Crazy City. Isn't that interesting?
Which, when we were setting this up, I observed that it sounds something like a used car dealership, or perhaps a discount, some sort of discount emporium.
Crazy City.
It's Crazy City. They got one of those like little like bendy dudes out front. But no, this is a serious important quilt.
Yes, it is. Thank you. It is an important quilt, and it does seem like car dealership. Come down to Crazy City. It's 1885. You can buy I don't know, horse.
No matter what it is. 1885.
So what's really? I mean, there's a lot of fascinating things about this quilt. I'm going to turn it to the side again, and we just looked at this quilt. The nerds, we all looked at this a few months ago.
Well, what way is it meant to be hung?
Well, I mean, that's a very good question. I mean, I think, we talk about art quilts, this book here, the art quilt, quilts went through a really exciting transition, right? I mean, in the 1970s, Jonathan Holstein and Gail Vanderhoof, these are some of the names I wanted to bring up to you because you would remember them in the Whitney Museum of Art, right? And so in 1971, quilts were hung on the wall.
The Whitney, was it the Whitney or was it the American Craft Museum?
No, it was Whitney. The Whitney.
Okay, so that was the one that sort of broke the seal on quilts as art as opposed to just like this wholesome, charming, quaint craft thing that like everybody's auntie did.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I mean, and for the masses, because the legit quilt people were like, oh look, it's a kitty. Okay, I'm gonna move the kitty over so people can see it a little even bit better. So, oh yeah, there you go. So thank you for the gift sub, Bridgewater and VA. That is awesome. So the color palette is perfect, Susan or Michael. I agree. So when the quilts got hung on the wall, Hannah, what's really interesting to me is I've thought about this more and more and more. It was kind of a deal with the devil, right? Because once you said like quilts are as good as art, you kind of, in a way, and
quilts
like
are art.
Well, quilts,
as good as art. Like
it was like they are worthy to be hung in a museum.
Yeah.
And so in a way, it sort of deepened the craft versus art divide because it's like they're good enough to be fine art, meaning that fine art is the best thing that you could possibly have, and that quilts are worthy of being called that.
Right.
So you know what I mean?
So it further reified fine art as a thing that is. Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Yes. And but like I said, it's a deal with the devil. You get a lot of good stuff, right? Because the devil's like, I can help you out.
Well, but then you've set up a dichotomy between quilters who are like, I'm an art quilter versus I'm a quilter, like the hell. Like,
yeah, I mean, what does that mean?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so the reason I mentioned that is because this quilt is so interesting. You're like, which way should it be put on the bed? But like when you make a quilt like this, like, I mean, see Winnie, she just like went for it. I mean, like, what? This is an work of art.
And what's the sort of chaotic, crazy quilt thing in the center? And then...
you know what? Historians believe that, oh my God, look at all these kitties. People love to see the kitty. Elle Riggs, you're gifting subs like crazy. Thank you so much. Nance and About Kirsten and Queen of Marigold. Queen of Marigold, you were in the Quilt Nerd show. And Shelley Sutton, Carol 1445. And Susan R. Michael gifted to Sauce Sour Cream Light. Sour Cream Light. We just ate sour cream light on our tacos.
It was sour cream heavy, but
we ate a lot of it. And but no, that's so cool because you see, when someone gives a gift sub, they're extending generosity to somebody who doesn't subscribe yet.
Oh, fantastic! So you're widening the circle.
Exactly. So that is totally awesome. We appreciate you. That's amazing. Thank you for your generosity. Appreciate that.
So that there's much discourse about this sort of like chaotic tangle in the middle.
Correct, because there's it looks like a crazy quilt. So it's like, did C. Winnie like have this scrap of a crazy quilt, and she's like, you know what?
Was it a patch? Like, what is it?
Did her child like cut the center of her quilt? And she's like, no. I worked really hard on this thing, but it's just really cool, and you can see the backwards N. It happens more than you think. It's really interesting. And it's not it can't be a mistake because it happens all the time.
Definitely not.
So the Quilt Nerd like badge of honor is this backwards N. Because we believe in keeping quilts weird. We believe, and this is another thing that I wanted to talk to you about, the over commercialization of the quilt. And Mom has said she's partly to blame. She and Liz, there's the notions and the stuff and the TV and the magazines, and people used to, I'm sorry, I just feel like people used to take a lot of risks with their quilts and like this, and then
I've never seen this one before. I love this quilt,
dude. I knew you would.
Fantastic.
I picked it for you. Well,
okay, so just if I can say it,
you can say whatever you want. That's the point.
I myself am not a quilter, but I do a lot of textile stuff, mostly like embellishment and do leather applique and like all this kind of stuff, and like paint on textiles.
Follow Hannah at Amazon-esque. At Instagram.
Like an Amazon.
Yeah.
Not like Jeff Bezos.
Oh yeah, no, I've never thought that ever.
I know, and I don't think anybody else does either. But people like me look at Amazon. I'm like, God, no. All I deliver is snark and pictures of my dog.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so I'm not a quilter.
Really
but the quilts that I always have liked very much are kind of minimal. I really like Amish quilts.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
For the colors to the yeah, they're just sort of like visually kind of quiet and plain, obviously, because that's kind of their
plain.
thing. So anyway, this kind of strikes me as like that deep plum and black.
Yep.
Kind of strikes me as it harkens to that. So anyway, this is dope.
Yeah, it is dope.
I like this quilt.
I love it too. I thought that you would. Yes. So,
It kind of looks like a flag too, which is cool.
It does. And so this is made by a woman known as Grandma Carpenter. And Grandma Carpenter made these extraordinary quilts. Look at this. She made them for her grandchildren. And this is her name. This is her grandchild's
embroidery, I
name.
see.
Correct.
Okay.
And it says made and presented to CSH, and it's like, I don't know,
Charles Shillelagh
yeah, but they were
Harrington, the 23rd.
Yeah, but less waspy. They were like
Caleb Shoemaker Holmes.
yes, Caleb for sure. Caleb.
Yeah.
Well done. And then by Mother Heather in 1891.
Damn.
And I mean, it's just a long time ago, and it's so beautiful.
And highly unusual. That's
Yes.
weird for 1881.
That's
that's not what you expect.
That's what we love around here. We
Yeah, it's
love
dope.
these quilts that are they're weird, and by weird we mean exciting and different and unusual
looks
and
ahead of its
original.
time.
It looks ahead
It's
of its
way
time.
ahead of its time.
Oh,
This looks like something that would be made in like 1978.
precise. Yes,
know what I mean?
yes. And look at the sun down there. Look
Yeah.
at it's not like any other quilt. It's not like any other quilt. And I have another one by her because I knew that you would love this one. You ready for this? You ready for this? Look at this.
Also dope.
I know.
You know what that reminds me of?
What?
That reminds me of the Antoine Saint-Exupéry.
Yes,
Little
Little
Prince.
Prince. The Little Prince.
Yeah.
I knew it. There was something.
I got references.
You got references. You got
And
the
a little
references.
spray of stars. That's beautiful. That's awesome.
Oh, my
Any
gr-
little kid would have been thrilled to get that quilt.
Yes.
Today or in whenever that was.
Yes, yes. Look at that moon. It's the Little Prince.
Yeah.
By the way, My Great Cat says it's so sweet to see the little puppy snoozing.
This pup. So
snoozing.
listen, real quick, like as an aside, we went hiking on a.
Let's see
hiking. We went trekking, strolling, whatever, on this little island that's off Washington Island, and this little hound was like traipsing like a trooper on his little legs,
he
and
was.
going down bluffs and coming back up, and he's like a little 3-year-old kid who spent the whole day in a bouncy house at a birthday party, and he is done.
He is. We went on a hike today.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, hang on now. Okay, now I gotta
He
get
doesn't
us-
even know that he's broadcasting to millions.
No, he doesn't.
like,
Well,
whatever.
not quite millions, but look, Hannah, we're in
I
the
assume
stars.
it's millions. I'm thinking about it.
I would love for it to be millions, please. Okay, let's see. But it's weird. It's like the bigger the show grows, it's like it's great. But like my peeps, man. Okay, I got to get a small. We're really flying around. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. So so this quilt is really wonderful. So here it is, made and presented to ECH. Eliza or
Right, Elijah
Ibrahim or
Charles.
by Grandma Carpenter, 1892.
That's awesome.
Isn't it wonderful? And look at that star shower.
Well, and then like there's a little grouping there of like the 7 stars that's
Oh,
unlike others. So there's
I never saw
I'm so
that.
interested in what that's about
I
because that's
never
obviously
saw
very
that.
deliberate.
Yeah. And the quilting, Hannah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just. Let me go over here for this one. Yeah, it's just amazing. And
That's
the
so cool.
Quilt Museum
Yeah.
just exhibited this, and so I got to see it. And the Quilt Nerds got to see it because I live streamed from the museum.
Yeah.
Super,
I like that a
super
lot.
great.
I like that just as
knew
much
that
as
you
the
would.
other one.
I knew that you would.
Full marks for Grandma Carpenter.
Yep, I knew that you would. Okay, let's see what I got now. Okay, this is hilarious. I mean, whatever. So, could you read that for us?
Attend, young friends, whilst I relate the dangers you are in, the evils that around you wait while subject unto sin. Although you flourish like the rose while in its branches green, your sparkling eyes in death must glow? No more for to be seen. In silent shades you must lay down, long in your graves to dwell. Your friends will then stand weeping round and bid a long farewell. How small this world will then appear at that tremendous hour, when you Jehovah's voice shall hear and feel its mighty power. Oh, come this moment and begin, while life's sweet moments last. Turn to the Lord, forsake all sin, and he forgives what's past. William on his own February, I believe.
William Hutchinson.
Oh, right on.
The
Hutchinson.
one of Feb.
Gotcha.
No backwards ends here, I don't think. This is a wedding quilt. Wait, well, here. I mean, and
Thanks, Aunt Flo or whatever.
exactly. Like, thanks, Aunt Flo.
Aunt Cheryl.
Yeah. Aunt Ship.
Pat. You know what? That was from
now.
Aunt Pat.
Listen, you better watch out. There might be a Pat
course
watching.
there-
We
I
love
know.
our Pats.
Of course
we
we
love
do.
Pats. But yes, I mean, anyway, it's a wedding quilt. But it's a quilt with words on it, and quilts with words on them are awesome.
It's fantastic. No, it's awesome. It's fantastic. It reminds me of
Sparkling eyes. That's nice. Oh, in death. Okay. Sorry, go on.
It reminds me of like a 1960s band poster.
Yeah.
From like with all like the super like sort of psychedelic bubble letters and stuff. It's kind of like that, but it.
Yeah.
Like, have all the fun on your honeymoon under this blanket.
Exactly. Like attend young friends, you little sinners. Like, yeah, exactly.
While you're just be holding hands under this blanket.
Even though you're married, which is what we all pressured you to do.
Right. We still disapprove heartily.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're copulating. Gross. Yeah. Sorry.
Ew. Exactly. Thank you. That's my soul.
And several people are like, all caps, not cool.
Exactly. So you're yelling at them on a quilt. That's fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. You can reverse it.
This is what happened before there was like, what was that? Was it that neighborhood app? Doorbell? I don't know.
Doorbell?
No, that neighborhood app where everybody just bitches about everybody.
Oh, Nextdoor?
Yes.
Ugh.
This was like that, but in quilt.
Yeah, Nextdoor is the worst.
It's the Yelp quilt. I'm going to make a very stern quilt about this restaurant.
Have you seen the garbage on 7th Street? I have never in my life.
Hast thou seen?
Yeah.
'Tis a sin.
The Walgreens hath really gone downhill in the past year. No one's buying property in thine area.
Right.
So okay.
Not in mine backyard.
Yes, not in mine backyard. So
this is awesome.
This is one of my favorite quilts of all time.
Ooh.
I know. And this is for sale on firstdibs.com. They could sponsor this show, by the way. They really could. I'm talking about First Dibs all the time. Yeah, they are. They please sponsor the show. We're a long way from there, but that would be cool. Yeah. Anyway, this is for sale. It's been for sale for a long time, like years, you know? How much are they? Well, I can find out. Hey, 70K, could you look up the Stag and Hound quilt on First Dibs? It's a very good question. But look at this. So are you seeing what's happening here?
Yes.
The way that the pieces are cut, you know, the deer and the hounds are joined there. And I just think it is so amazing.
It harkens back to me of, because, like, you know, it's Quilt Nerd, but, like, the nerd runs real deep.
Oh, yeah.
So this sort of reminds me of Central Asian and Russian folk art. Like this, or there's, like, the Scythian lion.
Yeah, okay,
and
sure.
Saracen, no, it's all Scythian. There's a whole sort of, like, yeah, this reminds me of Russian and Ukrainian folk art.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
From not necessarily prehistoric, but certainly like pre-Christian, pre-Tsarist, like way back. Look up the Scythian lion, and you're gonna remind you of that too. Hannah
knows these things. Stephanie, could you come on and tell Hannah how much it is in case she missed it in the chat?
Oh, what was it?
Nine. It's only $9,600.
A mere $9,600.
I mean, it's so great though.
Yeah, the composition is weird, but it works.
Susan's like, let's buy it.
If we all pitch in.
L Riggs, the deer are weird. They really are weird. But I love it. I love that
they've got these conjoined wolf things.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
But I love the blue and anyway, I just think it's amazing, and I wanted to show it to you.
What I think is dope about something like this is like when you think about it, like the same thing with that crazy quilt chunk in the middle of C. Winnie's piece, and then like something like this. It's like, you know, someone made a very deliberate choice to do that way, and it's like, you know, they have the separate wolves down at the bottom, and then why are those why the conjoined ones? It's just like,
you know what, Dee Marie says something great. I just love everybody here. And Dee Marie says it looks so peaceful with the birds at the top and then pow down.
And then it gets real weird.
I love it. I just absolutely love it.
Very interesting.
Maybe we can trade. Oh, okay. You
curated the shit out of this. This is so good.
Thank you. I wish the green screen was a little bit smoother, but that's fine.
That's okay, because my hair looks like moss, which I fully realize. It's bright white, but because of this green thing, anyway.
It is. It's like bleached white and fabulous. Okay. Do you even know what you're looking at?
Do I know what I'm looking at?
That was a terrible question. Like, no, you don't.
Yes.
This quilt, I didn't pull the thing about it, but this quilt has been made with a red coat. The red coats are coming. The red coats are coming.
Like actual coats.
Correct. Well, that one.
Were they scalped off a red coat?
Well, there's a whole story about it that I forgot to print out, but I mean, it's the most extraordinary thing. Yeah, well, I listen. Oh my god. Like that's like almost not funny because you do not even understand like the preparation I do for this show.
I'm busting your chops. It's my job.
Like I might cry. Like,
Don't do it.
I just
Eat a chip. Here, have a crisp.
Hey, odd tall man. Thanks for following. I'm about to. Yeah. No, I mean I have like stacks of notes and books. I just see it.
I'm busting your chops.
Okay.
Don't pay me any mind.
Right, don't
but
pay
this
any
is an
mind.
incredible quilt. So it was made out of actual wool, red wool from a British soldier's coat.
Yes, it's insane. Okay, hang on, Stephanie Cake, if you can find it. Okay, yeah, she's God, it's great. And when you find it, if you find it, you will. Just pipe in and let us know. I mean, I see a lot of quilts, and so I should remember more. But I mean, it's believed that this family had this red coat from the Revolutionary War, and that it was used in this thing.
And we're looking at the collar.
Correct.
And the sleeves. And,
Correct.
And like so it's like a cloak thing.
Yes.
So look, what do we know about the blue? Because the blue is something else as well.
Well, probably. So Stephanie, have you found anything on it? Where did I find it? Hey, those welcome baskets, Odd Tall Man, those welcome baskets are for you. Welcome to Quilt Nerd.
Hi, Odd Tall Man.
Odd Tall Man, and you know, we look at really incredible quilts on this show. Tuesday nights at 7 Central, Saturday nights at 8 Central, and every other Friday we do Quilters Newsletter Friday, where we just like read an issue of Quilters Newsletter from the past. It's amazing. And tonight my sister Hannah is on. My mom comes on the show sometimes. This is a treat. Like you've come in on a really good night, but the show's pretty awesome even when you're not here about it anyways. No, but I don't want like somebody to think you're always on the show because you're not. But you could be. And then when I don't show
up next time, they won't come.
They'll be like, unfollow.
Believe it.
Anyway, but you could definitely pipe in on the show. Anyway, so Christine, thank you for welcoming everybody new. I appreciate that. Raffle Waffle, thank you for being a mod, by the way. And Robinson S, thank you for being a mod. And I just really appreciate. And Word and Bird Nerd, thank you for being a mod in the chat. Okay, so. Anyway, it is a timely quilt for the holiday. Raffle Waffle, you...
Oh, indeed.
Oh, my God. Yeah, really good.
Yes.
Anyway, I featured this quilt on the show before. We have a lot of other things to look at.
You know what? If it hadn't been for the American Revolution, we'd still be speaking English.
God.
I'll just take my dog and go.
Yeah, no. You know what? We have this aura about us now with the green screen. It's fine. Okay. Are you ready for this?
Is that bats in a cross?
It is bats. Very nicely done. Okay.
But it's like the least goth thing that ever happened.
Correct. Except it isn't. Okay. Oh, gee. Am I prepared? Am I prepared?
All right. You got
I'm
notes.
prepared. Okay. Do you want to try the zoom in? Zoom in on the quilt.
Okay,
zoom around. Take a look. Look around. And I'm going to read to you something. This is... We all have a love affair.
And spider webs.
Correct. We all have a love affair with Bertha Meckstroth, okay, on this show, because I did a segment about Bertha Meckstroth, and we learned about her together. And Stephanie, you fell in love with Bertha Meckstroth too, right?
I mean, honestly, with a name like Bertha Meckstroth.
Well, listen to this. You don't even know. Okay.
I mean, you're gonna do something.
I'm gonna skim.
The craftsmanship is extraordinary.
Yes.
As a
correct
hack sewer.
Correct. Padma says we'd still be speaking proper English.
That's
exactly.
True. We'd be way more posh.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So
holding tea like that.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. And yeah, terrible teeth. Anyway. Okay. So I'm just gonna skim this a little bit so you can kind of understand what Meckstroth's life was like.
Okay.
So Meckstroth was born in 1875 in Minnesota.
And I'm sorry. When does this quilt date from?
This is 1933, and it's called the Easter quilt. Okay. So Bertha Meckstroth made like 130 quilts in her lifetime. Okay. She went to...
How does that rank? I mean, just in general. Is that prolific?
Well, it's a really good question, actually. I mean, I was just looking at Grace Snyder, who wrote No Time on My Hands. Yeah. She made about 300. Ernest B. Haight was like super, super prolific. Also a Nebraska quilter. He made like 600 or 800. That's a lot. I
suppose it would depend on the complexity and the work required of each one, too.
Yeah. And like some are family quilts. This was obviously an art piece, right? Yeah. So Bertha Meckstroth, okay, zoom in again because you have to think about what they see. Okay. You know?
Right.
Yeah. So and even closer. Anyway, yeah. So okay, so unable to pursue traditional sculpture. Okay, so she was. Oh, this is
thwarted sculptress.
A thwarted sculptress. Thank you. So, by the way, her sister married Sears, Mr. Sears of Sears and Roebuck. So Mexroth is like an Illinois girl.
Okay.
She was born in Minnesota, but she was there. So she went to Radcliffe. But anyway, so she wanted to study sculpture. And
Bats and cheddar. Yes, absolutely.
Bats and cheddar. I love
holy
it.
cheddar.
I love it. So she lived in Glencoe in a Spanish-style home called Casa Tranquila. And anyway, so she set up an art studio because her sister and Mr. Sears were like bankrolling her. But anyway, so she, unable to pursue traditional sculpture, Mexroth turned to quilt making, pursuing, quote, sculpting in cloth, unquote.
Unable to pursue it, but why?
Because,
Does it say why?
well, she, people wouldn't...
Sculpture at the time, I mean, it's sort of a doodly kind of pursuit as well. I'm sure
and
there was
also
a gender
like
problem
didn't
there.
just people taking her seriously, and also she had trouble like lifting the heavy stone that she was going to use. Anyway, so she worked in the trapunto, reverse applique, and embroidery techniques because they produced visible sculptural effects.
Yes.
Moreover, she opposed the use of traditional patterns typical of the time and instead made her own original designs. Okay, so then they describe this quilt, and then here's the deal. So Mexroth never sold any of her quilts during her lifetime and held on to them for a book that ultimately remained unwritten. She never flagged in viewing her work as fine art in cloth. The eventual dissolution of her collection after her death reveals attitudes not untypical of the period toward both quilt making and women artists. Before her death in 1960, Mexroth had written a will stipulating that her quilts were to be kept together and put on view as a memorial supported by $70,000 specifically set aside for the project. At Mexroth's death, the executor of her estate, Continental Bank and Trust, opted to contest the will. Hannah, they didn't do what she wanted. And all of her quilts were like scattered to the wind, like Radcliffe got some, whatever, but it's just such crap. Like she wanted them to stay together. She made these things.
And can you imagine what, I mean,
Yeah. Sorry.
So do we so now, of course, after seeing this, I'm going to be looking up other Mexroth quilts.
Forget it. They're amazing. They're amazing.
This is incredibly cool.
They're amazing. Yeah. The quilting is stunning, and those bats, Ivana, exactly.
Yeah.
300. Okay, Dee Marie says that's a stunning number, 300. And it is a stunning number. And Susan R. Michael's like, art! Yeah, 1,000%.
Hey, how many quilts has our mom made?
Hey, Mom!
Hey, Mom!
Mom!
She's in her sewing room.
Oh, she's out in the...
We'll go get her.
No, she's out.
Yeah, it's a good question.
She's out in the shed.
How many quilts has Mom made?
We'll find
Interesting. Oh, so this show was called For a Hot Second Quilt Church. So we've always kept this...
Little church?
When there's like... For Mexroth, you know?
Yes, for Mexroth. Let's pour one... I mean, I'm not going to do it on
pour
the
one
carpet.
out for
Pour one
Mexroth.
out for...
Don't do that to my wine. Oh my God! Did you hear that? That was a firework. Did you hear that? Oh my God!
That was amazing timing. It was probably going to happen more.
Your conniption was much louder.
Okay. Okay, by the way, Elrig's called those Mexroth jerks bastards.
They are bastards.
Really nice. Okay, this quilt, this is what, completely...
Good heavens, that's a lot of pieces.
Okay, so how do you, first blush, this is not a leading question. I want to hear your full opinion. What are your thoughts on this?
I like it. It reminds me of the beadwork that one sees on certain Mexican handicrafts.
Interesting.
Not from Oaxaca, but from... It is an indigenous group. I bet somebody in the chat will know.
Yeah.
There's an X in it. And I was
Not Oaxaca?
No, I was literally just reading about it, and it's who's gonna
Somebody's gonna know.
Somebody's
gonna know.
It's it'll come to me.
So wait, what part of Mexico?
I couldn't say.
Okay.
But it's usually animal sculptures that are done in these incredible sort of like radiating color, but they're beads set into I believe plaster or some other thing.
It's not Peruvian?
No. It's
okay,
Mexican.
you guys heard that. They heard it.
Yeah. So it's this Mexican beaded sculpture, and that's
Okay.
exactly what it looks like, and I love it.
Okay, you love it. Awesome. So there are 56,000 pieces in this quilt.
Sorry, how many?
56,000. 56.
If I may,
over 56.
Jesus, hopscotch, and Christ.
My God.
Pardon my French.
Correct. Yes.
That's wild.
It's a lot. This was made by Grace Snyder in Nebraska, and she.
Zoom in farther?
Yeah, I scanned it high res from the book. That's
But
about
like-
each piece, Hannah. Each
What?
single piece.
What?
Each single piece. This quilt is crazy. It's crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah. More pieces.
Is it okay if I nuts? It's not molas. Molas.
Molas.
That's close.
It's not molas.
Can I look it up on my phone?
Of course. Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Please
Because
look it up.
it's one of those things. It's going to drive me crazy until I get the info.
Yeah.
Is it the
Huichol. Huichol. Yes. Thank you.
Nice,
That's it. Huichol.
Stephanie. Thank you so much.
Huichol. Huichol. There was not an accent. I was wrong.
Yeah, that's great. It's really interesting. This white lady from Nebraska was just like doing the human thing, right? Which is like make things.
Can you look up Huichol?
Of course.
Because I think it would be instructive for the folks.
Oh
to
yeah,
see what I'm
total. Oh my
talking
god, I
about,
would love
'cause
that.
It's uncanny.
See,
it's what
Hannah,
it looks like.
the thing. How do you spell it?
Huichol.
Chol.
Bead.
Bead. Okay, so here's the thing about this whole format. I just gotta say. Oh my god, you're just so right. You nailed it. Oh my god, it's totally awesome. Nope, you don't get that.
So
You get that.
A little bit.
I know how to use it. I'm just, you know what though? Here's the thing I gotta do. I have to do an advanced search and get a really high risk picture because
otherwise it'll be lost on
correct.
the word.
So, but here's the thing. The reason that this show really has legs, it's like podcasts are awesome, but like there's a lot of quilt podcasts, but you can't see anything. And this is a visual thing. So, it's like, oh my God, like you have this reference and we can look it up right here and I can pull it up for people to see. And I just think it's awesome. That's why I wanted to do this.
Awesome.
Okay, so what do you like in here? Oh, this.
I mean, sure. That's
pretty good. Oh yeah, that's really interesting. Let me wait till it loads. Right? Wow, nailed it. Hold on. That's totally cool. Can I bring it up in there? Hold on 1 second. Okay, I have to just do this and then bring up this. Hold on now. Okay, yeah, I got it. Okay, there it is. I'm gonna do it right there. Well, bam.
I mean, right?
Well played, sir. Well played.
That's why being a nerd is good, because like when you go to a cocktail party with a bunch of fellow nerds, you're going to be like, yes. So anyway, so you can see that is individual beads hand set into perhaps a polymer or a medium of some kind that will then stick. And so the intricacy and the I won't say tedium, because I would imagine it's very meditative to do it.
Yep.
But yeah. So then, so there you go.
Fabulous. That's so cool. What a great reference. I love it. I love it so much. And L. Riggs asked when was the Grace Snyder quilt made. I think it was like 45, something like that. Like between like 40 and 50, I think. Actually, Stephanie, could you look up the Grace Snyder hexagon mosaic and see what year it was made? You'll find it right away because it's
Stephanie's
really
like our Q.
Yes.
Or like she's like Siri.
She's like, yeah, I say yes. She's Siri, but very beautiful. Oh my god. Okay, this is for you. There's just a few more. There's just a few more
in this bunch. These are all so sick.
You, I know. Yeah. And then we'll take a break.
1940.
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you very much. And then we're going to take a quick break and then be back for the second half. Are you game? Are you cool?
Yeah.
And I'll get Rebecca back and we'll like get a seat for her and then just like and open a window because I'm like still really hot, but also I'm running the show and drinking red wine. Okay. And there's a dog.
And I've got a dog on my lap. I'm just like the little.
Look, can we just listen? We need to take a really quick look at this dog.
At Lou. He's so tired.
Look at this dog.
He's done.
Look at this dog. I'm just gonna make him the entire show. What if it's just Lou Cam?
It's Quilt Lou.
Oh my
so tired.
god.
Are you okay?
He's so sweet.
Just wiped out. It's so funny.
Oh, he's got a little tear mark. He's so sweet. His little ears are just like they're little
velvet.
little velvet ears.
He's one half house elf, one half.
Kitty Hannah's here. Kitty Hannah. Sorry, go on. Sorry.
He's one half house elf, one half Santa's little helper from The Simpsons.
It's really true. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna make things. I'm sure one day. I got Stephanie Cake a soundboard, but the thing is that thing that you have there, it can do many other things than just play silly noises.
Oh yeah.
But I don't do anything else with it. There's some fireworks out there. You'll probably hear them. Don't they know we're doing a show? Sorry. Okay. So
don't you know who I am?
Yeah, don't you know who I am? So here's we're gonna do like just a couple more and then we'll take a break. Robin's Nest, he is so tired. They're so on our property, so I could tell. Okay, the woman who made this quilt is this woman. Okay. So we love her because this quilt she made with her geometry class in 1935. And she made it to teach geometry. And
she
it's
did.
so great. And hold on, I just want to get it so people can see, the whole thing.
Now,
I
that's
mean,
cool.
Isn't that cool?
I was an anti-math student, but had that been the project, I might have actually,
Exactly.
passed.
Stephanie is nodding her head. She's like, yeah, like, what was that about? Like, I would have liked math. 1,000%. 1,000%.
Because like that answers the question, like, when are we ever going to use this? Like, well...
Exactly. I just, you know what? They're probably actually not outside. They're probably like
They're way
far
over
away.
there,
Yeah. So we're right by the lake.
It's
so
festive.
It's fine. But yeah. So
real quick though.
Yeah.
So, speaking of the fireworks, so
Yeah.
my mom and I were in Oaxaca in Mexico, like right after Easter.
That's right.
And so there was like all this stuff going on, and the amount of fireworks. I'm a strength coach, and I had to train, among other things, I had to remotely train one of my clients on Sunday morning, and like it wasn't just like little sparkly fireworks. It was like air bombs going off, and it was like I'm on this veranda with this sort of military cap on anyway, because that's just what I had, and then there's like these going off, and my client was like, "Are you being shelled?" I'm like, "I feel like we kind of are."
It's a little intense.
It's a
little intense, but you know what? What are you going to do? It's 4th of July weekend. So geometry class 35. I just thought you would really like that. Let me just see.
And I love the colorway, the color scheme.
I know.
What do we call these? The colorway.
It's the fabric choice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's low key. I like it.
I like it too. The color of the photograph is a little dim, but it is, it's 35 and it's just great.
So is that a gray or is it white? Or is it like just dingy?
I think it's probably not quite bright white. Okay. I think so. It would have photographed a little bit differently, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so the mauve plum gray thing, if that's actually what it was, like, I like it.
I do too.
It's very sort of moody and good.
So I'm going to blow your mind really quick. And then, is that
intermission?
That's really strange. Okay, here it is. So are you ready for this? Yeah. This is from our past. Yes. You remember this, don't you?
Remember this.
Do you have any idea who made it? Do you remember who made it
Not
at
a clue.
all? Yvonne Porcella.
Oh, yes, okay.
Right? And I mean, this is just like, did this influence you? Because you have always had hugely. She said hugely.
So, okay, yeah. So, I feel like there's, many, like, cultures all around the world and history and all that. There's some that have just this really very, very specific and consistent aesthetic, right? Mm-hmm. And I feel like the winners, and not that it's not a competition or whatever, but like Japan's been holding it down in terms of aesthetic sensibility and a lot of times, there's like an aesthetic, like the upper echelons, the wealthiest, most powerful echelons of a culture will be the ones that set the tone. But in Japan, it's like from all the way from the shoguns on down to like the humble farmer. It's like there's a line and a sensibility to it that's just like, that's considered and specific and like and mindful and all that. And so yeah. And then I think the other big winners would be ancient Egypt, and also the Maya and Aztec.
Yeah. Pretty much nailing it.
Yeah.
Right?
So, but this is just. But then also that's so very 80s.
It is. Well,
it's super 80s.
How about that? That's Yvonne. By the way, I just want to point out we had several mathletes in the chat, but Kitty Hannah's anti-math people are just like pretty split on the math thing. But I just wanted to say,
Well, but here's the thing. This is what but
this chat's a little bit slower. Just there's a little delay. So I just always want to acknowledge, people in the chat. Okay. Anyway.
But I will say too that like even being like I was vehemently anti-math because I'm a word person, I'm an editor, writer, all that stuff. But like when I have done textile projects and also I'm a painter, and so and all that like. I do the same, like it's still math. Like I use geometry all the time and like drafting onto canvas. Yeah. And like if it had been presented to me that way, it would have been a completely different relationship with that whole field of study. You know what I'm saying? So like
exactly. I would, by the way, I think this is extremely like New York right now. Like it's just sort of timelessly wild. Like if you can
show me a TikTok Zoomer who wouldn't wear the shit out of that
Thank
outfit,
you.
That
Coachella.
Jacket.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. Coachella on stage, maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Yvonne Porcella.
Super cool.
Really cool. So now we're gonna take a break. I think that's about where I was gonna end. Okay, sorry, I don't know. It's weird. My iPad just hooked up as my third. Okay. Anyway, so I just have to get okay, here. Sorry. So we're going to take a quick break and we will be back with both Fons sisters, I think. I think that's what we're going to do.
Fix back.
Yeah. So I need to come down to here and yeah. Oh, here. Thank goodness. Okay. don't go anywhere. We're going to come back and have more Fonz's. We're going to add to your Fonz pleasure. And Stephanie, I just lost the... I don't know. I'm going to play the music and I will find you. I will be right back. Okay? Okay.
We're back.
I can't see you or hear you. So, okay. Be right back.
All right.
But we're back. Are you good, Steph? Okay. All right, here we go. So, here we are. I'm so glad you're still enjoying some wine. I
switched to to La Croix for a second because I was kind of a little.
Yeah.
Wanted to, be available.
Yeah, exactly. And you're very good at this. Like I was just saying to Hannah that our mic was on again. Okay. But I was just saying to Hannah that I was like, will you be on the show? Like, please be on the show more. So I think you'll see Hannah again. Like,
well, sure.
Because Stephanie and I are working on, getting other faces in the show, like while, like we can, if you get a green screen, you can be ahead.
Yeah. And I have like a bunch of hats.
Hats are always welcome.
Sure.
Hats are always welcome.
Yes, I could, yeah. The possibilities. It's all coming to me now.
Yes, it's very good. And by the way, Rebecca is pooped out. But we have Lou.
We have Lou.
Look at this dog. Okay, So I've got a few other things for you, and these are kind of, so the second half of the show, is probably a little bit, the second act is, it's getting late. I don't want to keep anybody past their bedtime. I could go all night, to be honest with you, because I love it. See, that's doing that again. Why is it? Oh, I know what I have to do. Sorry, I have to come over here. You see? That's not supposed to be there. So, yeah. So to entertain the people, Hannah and Lou.
Right. So, what I particularly appreciate about quilts, even though I'm not myself a quilter, is that there's it's the intentionality of it. First of all, there's something kind of existentially cool about cutting something up into small pieces and then sewing it into a large piece again.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And yeah, it's like, and quilts are like, they're so fundamental. It's like, not so much now because it's sort of a craft and a hobby for people, but like back in the day when that was like, a thing that you needed in as much as like people sewed their own clothes. Mm-hmm. Like quilts, babies got born on them. People wrapped up when people,
right.
members of the family would pass, they'd wrap them in a quilt.
That's right.
It's like, they kept you warm in the winter. Mm-hmm. They were used for picnics and, and, playpens for babies under the tree in the summer.
Right. That's right.
It's literally, it sounds cliche to say it, but it's like, it's like the fabric of the nation and the family and all this kind of stuff. So like they're almost, yeah. And then with the thing too is like if you make a quilt for somebody, mm-hmm. and this is, it goes to the same thing like if you make a garment for somebody or whatever, but quilts in particular, because you don't really wear them, it's like, every stitch that you put in them is an intentional thing that you are, putting into it towards this person, like toward their warmth and their comfort and their pleasure and their mm-hmm. And all that stuff. So it's like, there's really, there's more to it than just like, oh, it's a pretty blanket. Like,
mm-hmm.
I still, like, I get really defensive
mm-hmm.
when people are like, first of all, they're like, oh, so like crochet? I'm like, no.
No,
they're
not like that.
Right. So they're like blankets. I'm like, that is the least of what they are. But
yeah.
Yes, I
exactly.
suppose you could use it as a blanket.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like,
it is a blanket.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, sorry. I'm just trying to adjust the light a bit.
So there's levels to this, as there are to anything, but like, yeah. And I'm biased, obviously, but bias binding. I'm biased.
You're bias binding? You did not.
Obviously.
You did not. I put this in. This is from you. Thank you. That was it was perfect.
Sure, a little filler for you there.
Cool. I appreciate it. I just thought this was very fabulous. Like it's very Nick Cave.
I was just gonna say it looks like a Nick Cave sound suit.
It looks like a Nick Cave sound suit. I love it. It's a little creepy. Anyway, so here is the last image I wanted to show you from this little trip down. Well, not trip down memory lane, but it's like
we're digging in the crates.
This is Romar Bearden, and it's called The Quilt. And it's a collage.
Yeah.
And he uses fabric, and it's 1970.
Yeah.
And it's one of my favorite pieces of art of all time. And I thought you would enjoy it.
I do. I don't know that I've
and
seen
Robinson
it.
said, Hannah, that was great.
Oh, thanks.
And Jan Make Stuff says Quilt Church. And Stephanie Cake says Preach Hannah.
Look.
And El Riggs.
You want to get real? Well, if you want to get real nerdy about
Let's
it.
get nerdy. Get it.
Just dirty or nerdy?
Well, whatever. Whatever. Anything goes.
No, quilts are talismanic. You know what I mean? It's like it's an object that's made intentionally for a purpose. Particularly baby quilts, particularly wedding quilts. It's like, they're just super powerful, and that's the reason why they persist and why they have seen so many iterations over the history of their making. It's like, and it's also there's other cultures and other places that have quilted. Mm-hmm. Like there's quilted workwear in Japan, and like there's a lot of like applique and like piecework and patchwork in like West Africa and stuff like that. But in terms of like, and there's like felt and there are molas that somebody brought up molas as well.
Yeah, among story cloths and
But those are Costa Rican, San Blas Islands. So. Yeah, we're just like textile doors. It's just like, oh damn, listen to me. Like, oh,
clearly. You know what I say to that? No, keep going.
No, but I just think that much like jazz, I think the quilt with a capital Q is it's a very American art form. And I think that's worthy of note, and it's important, and it just is interesting because.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Oh God. Oh.
You can do it as
I know. Well, but I want to go back to that because the thing is there are times, Hannah. There are times that I get so excited about quilts. I really do, and I used to make them, and I worked with Mom, and I did I was a neo-futurist, I was writing, I was performing, and then it was like, do you want to be on the show? And it was like, it was a gig. Like, I needed the gig, I needed the work, right? So I go on, and I get kind of sucked into this quilt world thing. And I mean, Fons and Porter, like, 1,000%, used
totally.
me to keep Mom on TV. Like, that is, like, clearly what happened. Like, that's what happened.
Came in as a relief pitcher and just kind of stuck around.
For sure. And it was fun. Oh, sorry. And it was fun, and, like, whatever.
Did we just get shushed?
We did. I think Mark's trying to go to sleep.
We're broadcasting to the people.
We are doing a show, y'all.
This is a show. God.
Anyway,
Mom.
God, I hate this family. God. So I mean, but I got kind of sucked into it, and there are times.
I'm just too hot. You're like
let me hold. I'm not.
You're like a little hot water bottle.
You're a little hot dog. Can I hold you?
He's so sleepy. He just pass out wherever you put him.
So I, there are, every once in a while. So I made all the quilts. I wanted to make all the quilts. I wanted to do all the things. Well, Dee Marie, thanks. Thanks says, I'm so glad they used me. She's like, I'm so glad they used you. But the thing is that I kind of got, I got swept away by it all. And there for a while, I wanted to make all the quilts. I wanted to do all the quilts and whatever. And it was fun. It was fun to be in an industry where I was like actually making money. I wasn't like making a ton of money, but I was like, I was a writer and a performance artist. Like I was not making a lot of money, and I had to divorce. And so I was on my own, and I was like, cool. But then, Hannah, I got into the history and the culture.
Yeah.
And so sometimes when I get so excited about quilts, I'm like, this is genuine, right? Like I didn't just get sidetracked on the way to like being a performance artist, right? And
you just got in where you fit in, and like here we are.
Yeah, and like life
Fair
is
question.
weird, and if that's okay. But the thing is that what I do with these people here on Quilt Nerd and what I love, it's about people. It literally is about studying humanity. This is Romar Bearden. He's one of the greatest artists of the ever, and quilts touch everything because quilts are made by people and they have such a deep significance in our culture. So if you study quilts and you really look at them, it takes you everywhere. Yep. It takes you to art. It takes you to molas. It takes you to Mexico. We just went to Mexico. Sure. It takes you absolutely everywhere. And that's what I've always been curious about is people and humanity and life itself. And so quilts lead the way. Yeah. It's everything. It's the pathway to everything.
Well, they lead the way, and they also, I think, they reflect too. So it's like they get you coming and going. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Like they can be an entry point, or they can also be like, and then
Susan or Michael, yes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, the answer is yes.
So, question, and we don't have to go down the rabbit hole if you've already covered it, but like, have you guys debated the whole sort of craft versus art conversation?
Sure.
I'm sure that's been had, right?
Oh yeah,
Here,
totally.
In this forum?
Yep, we have many times.
Which I also think is kind of tiresome, but...
Well, yes, but that's the thing is when you have a show that's on at least twice a week, she's so hot. It's just beautiful, right?
Yeah.
It's just, and it's sort of Egyptian, right? In the way, sort of the hieroglyphic.
And also Matisse, like...
No,
not Matisse. Matisse.
Yeah, Matisse.
Yeah.
But... Yeah, we have, and when you have a show like this, I've been doing it, it'll be a year on August 5th. And I was doing 3 shows a week, like for a while. It was like kind of boot camp. and we get to talk about that. We get to have the art versus craft conversation over time.
Oh, yeah.
And because it's not something you can just do in one go. And
it's never done.
No, it's never done.
It's emergent.
It's never done.
Ongoing, yeah.
A true Quilt Nerd's work is never done. It would nice to have this image. Padma says it would be nice to have this image on greeting cards. Is it in the public domain? Not yet, Padma. I think it would not be yet. But if you look for Romar Bearden, look for Romar Bearden gift cards. Honestly, because this is at MoMA. It's owned by MoMA.
I bet they put it on a card at the MoMA shop.
It's not out of the realm of
next time
possibility.
I'm at MoMA, I'll look.
Padma, Hannah will look.
I'll look.
Did
I'll
we
make that a
mention
mission.
that you live in the East Village of Chicago? The East Village of New York.
Yeah, no, I live in New York. I've lived there since 2000, so I'm wait, go back to
Okay, so I forgot I had a few more. Just three more in a series, and then we're going to move on to this other thing I wanted to show you.
I have some...
So
I have 2 thoughts about this.
Okay.
First of all, I love it.
I have to zoom in because it's you just need to be able to see.
The gradation is extraordinary. It also somewhat looks like a stain.
Okay, that's fine. By the way, everyone's quoting you. They're saying they get you coming and going. Heart plus, love it. You are lovely in your honesty. Someone was also saying, Dee Marie said, an object is made intentionally. That is why they persist.
That made my face get pink.
My green screen game is so bad. I'm anyway, whatever. Okay, so it looks like a stain.
It looks a little bit like
pee.
A little bit. But it's only because internally I'm 12 years old, and I'm just like, but
Yeah,
it's beautiful. If it was blue or red or something, I mean, but whatever. It
is superb.
Technique wise, no notes.
Yeah, and this one, you all at home, this is probably easier to see. So this quilt, when was
Same
this
artist.
Yeah, it's Jean Ray Laurie.
Oh,
and so
yeah, Jean Ray Laurie, right.
That's why I wanted to include this one and this one, the third in the series here.
Oh, see,
I know, right?
it's a little more muscular.
A little more muscular. So when I say Jean Ray Laurie, what comes to your mind? Because there was a flash of recognition.
Sure. Well, here's the thing. So that there was all these names, like Jean Ray Laurie and who we were talking about earlier today.
You are hot.
The right,
Jean Ray Laurie. I was like,
Barbara Brackman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it's we traipsed around the hot sun all day, and I'm about 4 glasses in. So, like the fast recall. I mean, I can give you Huichol Hall beadwork, but I can't really sign.
Barbara Brackman.
Right. So the thing is like there were like, when our mom would go on, she would be speaking at symposia and like, sitting on panels and collaborating with people. It's like all these names were in the mix all the time. So like I never met some of them, and some of them I did, but I was 9.
You were wee.
Right. So yeah, it was kind of like, they're just sort of like these known quantities, like these distant aunties that I sort of knew about but never met.
And Jean Ray Laurie is one of those, you're saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. She, and I told Mom, I was like, one of my greatest regrets is like I never got to meet Jean Ray Laurie before she died. And Mom was like, oh, you met her. She babysat you. Like, I had to leave, and she was like, she babysat you for like, I don't know, a day. I was like, oh my God, I have no regrets.
Probably sat you on one of those.
What's that?
Probably sat you on one of those.
Oh my God, that's awesome. Okay, Lou, you are like
Here, I'm telling you what.
a heater.
I'm gonna scoot him over.
I'm like,
right now you're
so,
high.
I know, you're so sweet. Okay,
Go. There's so many laps.
Here's
Go
the
find
other
one.
thing I wanted to show you. So this, I mean, I don't know if people are, you got to do what you got to do at home, but I mean, I got to finish this show. I want to finish this with you.
Well, sure.
Oh man, first of all, this is very quick. I'll tell you.
That one I like.
So this is made out of military blankets.
I figured as much.
This is very quick, this little segment, but I wanted to show you this because it's been in my content folder for a long time. Shoot, I didn't get this fellow's name. Okay, good night, Mom. We won't be too long. Okay. But this, I'll find him. Let's see. Shoot. I gotta. Stephanie, I don't even know what to tell you to look it up. I think he's in First Dibs. If you First Dibs and military
These are blankets.
they're
Or is it fatigues?
It's fatigue. It's fatigue.
It's like pants and jackets material.
I can't believe that. I see. You know what? The show that you come on, I don't have these names. I always have these names. Always. That's like part of my preparation. Okay.
It's the rigor.
It's the rigor. It's the rigor.
It's a scholarly rigor.
It's the rictus. But see, isn't that interesting? And Stephanie, if you find something, just pop in. It's killing me. Anyway, I just thought you would like this.
I do.
I thought it's really cool.
Correct. I absolutely do like it.
You found it? Stephanie found it. She's so good. What is it, Steph?
It is a vintage military canvas quilt at only $1,200.
I mean,
Come on now. When you say that kind of business to quilt makers, we're like, ugh. So Steph, what else does it say about this guy?
It doesn't say a lot. So
Same guy?
Stephen Ken, I must have been Stephen, is the way it's spelled. 2010.
oh, okay.
Okay. Oh, interesting. That's much older than I thought. So he does.
Arts and crafts style.
Yeah. Arts and crafts style. That's what they said.
That makes no sense.
It's very odd.
I think that means you're an artist who made a crafty
craft.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would expect better of the curators at First Dibs. We'll have to talk with them about their
Have a
copywriting.
talk. Well, and here's what's hard, Hannah, is that like not everybody who watches Quilt Nerd is a quilt maker, which I love. I think that's awesome.
All the better.
Yeah, but like what's tough about this is like it's really cool. It's a great use of material. I love it. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, Yvonne, you gotta go. Listen. Wait, hang on.
That was a weak little pop.
Love you to pieces. Thank you so much for being here. It was a crack up.
What a pleasure.
I'm so glad that you came by. And so the thing is that this is really cool. And yeah, it's a creative use of materials. This is an interesting style shot. But it's patches, right? Like it's very, very, very simple. And I think sometimes, I'm not going to speak for everybody. Like it's crazy. But people do. I love this. Extraordinary, sort of piecing.
Take a picture of my couch. It's not dissimilar from that.
Yeah.
But leather and
Oh yeah, that's true.
calf skin. But yeah.
But like, I don't
Patched
know.
it as it fell apart.
I can only speak for myself, but when I see like, somebody selling a quilt on First Dibs, like it's awesome. Like I love that. Quilts are good, period. But when this is like really expensive and like on this fancy site, like I don't know. Like I feel a little resentful. Like I look at things that people do and I'm like Grandma Carpenter,
Yeah.
And
Well, but if Grandma Carpenter was on First Dibs.
and Stag and Hound was on First Dibs.
Right. Priced appropriately relative to this.
Well, yeah, and I think Sotheby's. I actually think that Revolutionary War thing was on Sotheby's. I think that's where I found it.
Okay.
So I mean, yeah, quilts get their due, but the patches thing sometimes I feel a little weird. I love the sofa too. I love it. Yeah, Susan R. Michael says it's exploitive. Because I don't know. Yeah. So this is the last portion, the last thing I want to show you. I have been looking at this thing for a while. So, and by the way, Kitty Hannah, I just want to say that you said you love yellow quilts and that you're drawn to them, and your mom made you a white and yellow quilt when you were a kid. And I felt really bad as soon as we said tea.
No, but you know what? It's only because of the gradation.
Yeah.
Honestly, like yellow itself is like it transmits happiness and cheeriness and all that stuff. So so zero shade to that quilt. It's literally it's my own immaturity that made me say that.
Yeah. And
that's purely it. It was a beautiful quilt, honestly, and I'm just a dick.
Well, you're not, but it's what's
I have
funny.
a dickish streak.
She can be a little bit. You've been a dick to me sometimes. But I've been just saying, saying we're sisters, right? It's that way it is. Okay, Quilt Nerd says Stephen Ken makes furniture. Stephanie, you were saying that too, right? And
okay.
You're not, it's not sure that you'd be a quilt maker, right? Yeah. Interesting.
And that couch? That's a dope couch.
It was a dope couch.
I'm not mad at that couch at all.
I love the couch.
Maybe the couch is considered art and crafts.
Yeah, it's true.
That doesn't look like art crafts to me, though.
I know.
Yeah, that's like industrial design. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have questions.
How much was the couch, Steph?
12 bajillion.
12 bajillion. So.
Okay, so Tom, what is this?
So it's so funny because I thought there's a few things that I showed you that I thought you would be like, hate it. Like that hexagon mosaic quilt. I was like, I think she's gonna think this is too busy.
I mean, it is. I wouldn't want it in my home, but I mean,
right.
like, holy, you gotta give props. You gotta give it its flowers. It's amazing.
Yeah, but I thought you would like this.
I do not like this.
You hate it.
I do not like any part of this.
Steph, I asked you if you found the price for the couch, and then I just like jumped away.
The Boro couch or the Boro sofa is only $14,000.
14 grand for a
Bargain.
couch.
I have a couch that I got at Gardner's Furniture that is covered in denim. You think I could get $14,000 for it if I stitched?
Prob's not.
Prom's not, Steph. Good Lord, couches are expensive.
Yeah.
14 grand.
14 grand for a
on.
couch is
Annoying.
well, whatever. I mean, at that point,
It's a bit.
It's a bit much. It's a bit much. So
it's too much of a muchness, as
It's
our
too much of a
grandma
muchness.
would have said.
that's right. So
So yes, I hate everything about this.
you hate everything about it. Okay, great. Well, then you're gonna hate all of them.
Nope, I like that way better.
You like this. I thought you would. I thought you would like it. So Duncan Slade and Maria. I see. Okay, here's the thing. I have all my notes, but they're on. The printer doesn't work here, so I print out all my notes and I
No
have
printer
them.
anywhere works. That's the whole thing.
Well, it's true. Everything.
Like-
You know what Eric says about why Star Wars isn't believable? Star Trek. He's like, Star Trek is not a believable show.
Because the printers work.
No, because the technology always works. The video conferencing always works. Like everything, everything always works. It's like it would never happen.
So someone says, "What is this?" So tell.
What is
them
this?
what
Okay. So this is. Hold on. You know what, Steph? You're not gonna see me for a second because I gotta look at my notes, which I have ready here. So let me do this. Oh, here we go. So Duncan and hold on, Quilt Nerd. Here we go. Episode pages.
So wait, was the one that you showed before in fact a screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it was a paneled screen with quilted
Correct.
screen parts.
So Duncan Slade and Gail Frost. Do you see this?
Yeah.
You see this? Can I
Yeah.
just?
Those are your notes.
Yeah.
All right.
Duncan Slade and Gail Frost. Collaborating artists Duncan Slade and Gail Frost have explored the relationship of ornamental surface and portrayal of landscape in quest of a sense beyond place. Studio practice has led to developing techniques for screen printing and painting with dye on fabric, extending to other media on paper, wood, and metal. Their collaborative dialogue has been continuous since the mid-1970s. And the thing is that, look, you see, we talked about this. Look, here's this piece. Okay, that was that first piece that you saw. These people are super, super influential and like seminal.
Chips out of my face.
Well, I mean, it's part of the show, okay. But they were really, they made really important work in. Look at this. I mean, you may hate it, but like it really changed because they were doing quilts before other people were, and they were doing these 3D pieces. So the quilting is really amazing, and they're just really unusual. I've never seen.
And I like that one.
I do too. So this is part of the series.
Okay, so the Celestial ones, those I will ride with. The weird sort of Alice in Wonderland 80s kind of. Whatever. I mean, they're sort of dated. They look dated to me.
They are of a time. I do agree. Now, they're still making work, and it's really interesting. Robin's Nest was loving this one. The stitching really adds to the beauty. And, Stephanie, thank you so much. More Frost and Slade. The Art of the Quilt. That's right. Molly is missing the space quilt. Where's Molly? Oh, yeah, Molly is missing the space quilt. Hannah, do you realize that there are so many quilts about space?
I've not contemplated it, but it doesn't surprise me.
You need to be on this show,
cool.
But you also need to watch the show sometimes because we just show the coolest stuff. You need to watch it more. Yeah, I know. But this is a flag series.
Yes, and I like the big running stitch.
The running stitch.
When I sew stuff, that's often what I do, and it's for a reason. And I like it. I think it's cool.
And
it sort of approaches embroidery, but it's not really. It's cool.
The other thing that we should do, we have to show your work on the show. We talked about it. We didn't get it together, but I mean, we need to show what you do.
Can you pull up my Instagram on this?
Yes, I can pull up your Instagram. Okay, so let's forget Duncan. We'll talk about Duncan Slade and Miss Ross again sometime. This reminds me of our dad. So I don't really like it. He's like a hat guy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
His aspirations to be a hat guy.
Yeah, exactly. So you know what? To close out the show, I'm going to pull up Hannah's Instagram and we'll just take a look at her work real quick. Here's the thing with the show. Like the show goes long, but I'm always conscious of like if it's always 3 hours, like it's a lot for people, and a lot of people would stick around. But I don't want people to be like, I want to watch Quilt Nerd, but like,
I can't devote 3 hours to like a bunch of party
a bunch of crack ups.
Right.
So let me grab Hannah. I think people would really like to see it. I'm assuming that, but I'm pretty sure. Instagram. Hang on. You will pop right up. Yeah. Okay. So here we go. And I would love to ask you just some questions about your work. So this is Hannah. Here's our dog. Here, let me make sure. Let me get the. Good heavens. Okay, so what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to frame. Oh, I can do something really nice right here. So I can make the thing like just the Instagram frame. Isn't that nice?
Super
Isn't
cool.
that just lovely?
Amazing.
I know.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
It's like. I know. Watch this. Isn't this
nifty.
great? Isn't that cool?
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I'm
Time
getting okay.
Time to be alive.
Exactly. Okay. So this is Lou, obviously up here. At the
Who you've met, yes. And where is he sleeping on that chair? On a shirt.
Yeah. Okay. So tell us about. Well, that's you.
Let's not do that.
Beautiful.
Can we not?
Okay. Well, I mean.
You gotta click through.
Okay, here's what I'll do.
According to people who really know about Instagram, I don't really curate my feed all that well. It's a vlog, and it's me and my friends at parties.
Okay.
And
so maybe we can't do the thing that I wanted to do because we need to open it like this. What is? Oh, got Amy Sedaris. Okay, hang on. Okay, well, to tell the people a little bit about your approach, I will get this fixed.
So I did. I started making masks during the first days of the pandy.
Yeah.
And
I had never heard that term.
Yeah, so
pandy.
it's pre-pandy, before times, and now it's post-pandy, whatever. Anyway, so I started making masks because I've always I make clothes every once in a while, and like when I got to a point where I had an idea that I couldn't technically execute, I'd be like, well, I guess I better go to do a year at FIT and like learn how to drape and pattern make. So I did that. So I was making masks, and like it was this whole thing where I started just doing it for fun, and then people would ask me, let's go down.
This is, can you talk about Benga? I mean, is that just like too
sure,
personal?
That's my partner Benga. No, yeah, he's like my like the chief consort.
Chief consort, great.
Yeah,
and then what we saw, Lou, hold on.
The Nigerian prince, and then so this is the most recent painting. So I was making masks, and then I did like between 50 and 60 of those, and the whole thing was that, you know, I started posting them because there was nothing else going on, and then people were like, how much for a mask? And I was like, the idea of selling them seemed sort of sacrilegious, and so I was like, the price is, you just got to ask me, you have to have the nerve to ask me for one, and then you just have to pay for shipping, and we have to have a conversation about like who you are, what your cultural background is, your spiritual practice, like favorite colors, like things that mean anything to you, and then you just got to leave me alone, and I'm going to work on it, and I'll get it to you when I get it.
And these are the masks that you're talking about.
Those are the masks, right? So then I did a gajillion of them. I got so sick of it.
I have to find a picture
Like,
of this.
I mean, just go down far enough to find them. And then, but for a long time, I had my grandfather was a watercolor artist, and so I thought maybe I'll paint about some sort of cultural mythological ideas I was having, and so I started doing that. So, and then finally I had enough of a body of work that I decided to do start submitting work to gallery shows.
I love you so much. You're
Thanks.
so amazing.
I'm batting 1,000. I've submitted to 3 and been accepted to 3. So
You're
that
so
was
amazing.
from my second show that I was in, which was literally 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
So this is very new.
This is really great.
If you click on the
This one, I
that's a
love
good
this one. Oh my God.
Um,
So, and if you follow Hannah on Instagram, you know, she's obviously talking about what these are,
Yeah.
the genesis of them. I mean, I feel like this is one of the first ones I saw, and I was just like, OMG. And this is huge, right?
it's like 30 by something. Yeah, it's big.
Yeah. They're
So the current series I'm working on is like an examination of the parallels between like Scandinavian mythology and folklore and West African mythology and folklore. So I'm calling it Afro-Nordic Futurism, and it's drawing from the aesthetic and the like folkloric and mythologic sensibilities of both of those regions.
It's so great. I mean, we talked about it at length, and I mean, it's
I need to work on my
amazing.
elevator pitch.
Everybody loves
Actually,
it.
that
Everyone's
one-
loving it.
Here's an example of like when I would call my textile stuff. So
Yeah.
click on the jacket.
Oh, that's great.
So that's a
People are putting the heart pluses in the chat.
So this is a hand painted custom leather jacket. It's a vintage motorcycle jacket that I painted for a friend of mine, whose his background his father's from Ivory Coast.
I can't get any closer. Oh, no, yes, I can. Okay.
So these are all taken from a fabric called korhogo, which is a Ivorian textile motif. Uses a lot of like animals and birds and stuff like that.
People love your work. It's
And
okay.
you,
Loves
you
it.
can click through, and I think it's a set.
Oh, okay. Great.
And so anyway, so that's part of the thing. So so this is the king's jacket.
Oh, wow.
And it
oh,
starts,
look at the
there's-
fish.
Starts with fish and moves to land animals and then moves up to birds.
Wow.
And it's acrylic on leather.
It's so great. It's so great.
Yeah.
Okay, let me.
And the low contrast, it doesn't photo super well, but like when you see it in person, it has like a little gleam to it. It turned out really. I'm prouder of that than almost anything I've done.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
and when he wears it, people are just like,
what are you wearing? Is his picture in here with his face?
if you go back and click to the main page.
Oh, okay.
Go down.
Her Instagram's really.
Oh no,
good.
maybe not. No,
Okay.
it's not.
Well, it's really
Whatever.
well, and then there's,
Lou.
Good God Almighty.
Ridiculous.
What is this dog? Hang on. I want to show one other.
I mean, you can see some of the masks. So they're not that far.
Oh yeah. Oh well, I love this one. I love
that's
this
good.
one. This is so great. Look at this.
And the designs in the back, those are textile designs. They're half
Yeah.
Icelandic, half Nigerian.
It's so.
And you can't.
great.
It's all mixed together. You can't really tell which is which.
I mean, like there's our pinwheel. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
just human nature
Totally.
to make these designs and things. It's just wonderful.
And that's the whole point. Is that it's like the stories are the same because they're true, and it's like
Right.
and they mean the same thing no matter where you are in the world. So it's like
Yeah.
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 So that's that.
Well, you're amazing, and let me.
How fun has this been? This has been pretty fun.
Yeah, it's been pretty fun. Hannah, you're really good at this. Can we just get some hearts in the chat for my sister? You've had, you've been new, they're in here, but
we can do this all the time.
I just love you so much, and it's just been, spending time with Hannah and spending time with my family is so good.
I think it's notable we have not seen each other in person for 3 years, people.
Years.
The pandemic. Because you were running around.
I was in London.
And I was running around, and then the world fell apart.
Yeah.
3 years.
You know what? You know what I say to that? F that. Let's get back to basics.
Some bullshit.
That's some bull. Yeah. So thank you, everybody. See, look at all those heart pluses, man.
Gosh.
Jan makes up. Dee Marie, it's okay. Patty Oker, pastrami tacos.
Dee Marie, I do work 24/7.
Look,
I'm
Pat,
tired.
Padman, Susan, Word and Burner, Christine, Waffle, Mother Nature, they all love it. And Rebecca was a crack up, and that was really fun. And Mom popped her head in. I just think it's been a really successful show. And I love you so much, and you can go back anytime.
I'd be delighted.
I would love that.
Absolutely
Because
delighted.
your insight is so important and so valuable, and you're my big sis. Everybody, Stitch and Deb, Earth Girl Now, and Elle Riggs, and everybody. Sammy Mac. Yeah. It's
been hella fun.
I told you. What I tell you? It was these people are amazing.
Totally.
They are smart and fabulous and funny and great. And indeed, thank you. You showed up. You showed up and showed out.
As we say in
people.
New York, no, it's an old thing. Anyway, never mind.
It's an old thing. I want to thank my mods, and thank you to my subscribers. And for the tier 3 folks, the tier 3 subscribers get to sew with me and Mom tomorrow. So that's going to be super, super fun.
That's cool.
And I want to thank all my subscribers. I really, really appreciate you. And I want to thank Stephanie Cake, the cake, Stephanie. Thank you so, so much. Did you make it through the Fons family takeover here? I think you did
She's like Cortana in Halo. She just is guides the ship. Yeah, it's incredible.
I know.
It's amazing.
And yes. And so Stephanie, I will Slack you or Discord you, and maybe we can get some time on that computer stuff tomorrow. And so just let me know what time might be good, because it's easy breezy Sunday. But if you just let me know, we can talk about it. Okay, my dear, I will see you later, and we'll see you all later. And you are best. Have a safe holiday, please. Okay.
Don't hold fireworks in your hand.
No, don't be doing that.
Jesus.
Okay.
You need
Area
all your fingers to
Grace is so great.
Yeah, right on. Thank you.
Will we be in Chicago on Tuesday? Yes, I will be in Chicago on Tuesday for the show.
That's it.
Okay, bye everybody. You be good. Be good. Okay, now we gotta go. Play one more sound cue as we go away.
Totally.